Hey anime fans, this is Chris Bolts coming in with another video, and this one again comes from us from Anime Corner, who is featuring a insights from a former Crunchyroll producer who has some insights about how people within the industry views anime, which, as you can see from the title, some generations within our industry view anime as pornography. And you know, that is a pretty pervasive view, because hey, when you see anime girl like the one in the picture right here, it kind of does evoke certain types of perceptions. But that's why we're here to point out that not all anime is pornish. It's not ecchi or anything like that. Ecchi being a form of anime that can be viewed as softcore porn and everything like that. But for the most part, anime can be whatever the producer or the mangaka wants the anime to be, because the Japanese, they do a whole lot of different types of things. But before I get into the article, do remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. All that stuff really helps me out. So that animation producer is by the name of Marissa Balkus. She used to work for Crunchyroll, helped bring over Onyx Equinox. I watched a little bit of that, but that wasn't all that good or anything. But then she also did go over there and help Netflix bring over Arcane season 2, which most people who saw Arcane thought the first season was much better. And let's not speak about Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry was not all that good or anything like that. I know it has some of its fans, some of them like they rabbit in me personally, it was a letdown because they used Devil May Cry once again as a vehicle where they introduced a girl boss in the form of Lady, and Lady is a character from Devil May Cry 3, but obviously we all know that Dante is the main focus of Devil May Cry, but instead they decided to focus on Lady as opposed to Dante. But that's not what we're here for, the video or anything like that. And I did take a look at her company, Culture Misfit, and it says right here, Marissa Balkus is a veteran producer and executive specializing in anime, adult animation, and IP adaptations. Began her career in live action feature film at New Regency. Helped bring over the titles such as The Revenant and Ad Astra. By the way, Ad Astra is a really good anime. You guys should definitely check it out. I think it's on Hulu. It may also be on Netflix, but I know it's definitely on Hulu. So definitely go check that one out right there. But she did work on, once again, Arcane, League of Legends, Devil May Cry, Tomb Raider. I know some people have said that the Tomb Raider anime was not all that great. I didn't take a look at it. I don't like the look of Lara Croft. That kind of turned me off pretty quickly. Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon remix, I didn't take a look at that or anything. So, but whether I look at it or not doesn't negate the fact that she had been very influential in this particular space. And let's just go ahead and take a look at what she had to say in this video, which, by the way, I did start watching it. I'm going to do a more in-depth analysis. This is over on Brandon and Violet's podcast channel, the story series podcast number 9, Culture Misfit, Marissa Balkus. Do go over there and show him some love as well. I'll include a link for the video in my description. I think he has some interviews with some people that have some really good insights in the industry. So definitely go check that out over there. But back to the article here. This is what she has to say about those who have these misconceptions about anime. I think so, yeah. I think that there are still some generations within our industry that view anime as pornography or something weird, which is really unfortunate. Or there are people who just associate anime with shonen anime and whatever's coming out of Shonen Jump and nothing else, which is really unfortunate because obviously there's every medium under the sun that anime offers, which is absolutely true. Yeah, I think that those are the biggest misconceptions, or that anything that pertains to what women want to watch or consume has to involve magical girls in some way. And for the most part, everything she is saying is absolutely correct. A lot of people seem to think that anime is it instantly gets dismissed because a lot of people look at cartoons as a child's medium, which again, like you said, it's very unfortunate because anime has been used to tell all different kinds of stories. They got anime for baseball, for hockey, for weird sports you never heard of, like kabaddi, which is an Indian sport. They have slice of life anime featuring all ages. There was a really good one last season or a few seasons ago where grandma and grandpa turn young and they just have really good adventures going between being old and being young. And of course we got our action adventure anime, we have racing anime, we have bartending anime. So it's just all about telling story. And so anime has been used to tell all different kinds of stories, and it really is unfortunate because I think a lot of people are missing out on a lot of good storytelling. My idea is I'm not so much against what Netflix does when they go in there and try to do live action adaptations. I just want them to be better than what they're actually presenting, because there are a lot of anime that can be easily adapted to live action and they would perform very well. So she's absolutely correct in that idea. These misconceptions really do prevent this medium from being more accessible to other people because, hey, they got this preconceived notion about it. I think as Gen X, as my generation gets older, it's going to become more acceptable as a form of medium. And obviously Gen Y, Gen Z, the millennials, Gen Alpha, they really enjoy watching a lot of anime because frankly, current Western culture is kind of shitty. So we're going to another country to rely upon their culture and their forms of entertainment to entertain us, which that's a video for another day. Let's go on here. So Balkus also shared how an influx of talent entered the animation space during the pandemic when filming shut down while animation production continued. Yeah, the yeses, quote unquote, green lights were definitely there, she says. And it was also because there was a lot of talent that normally wouldn't play into that space who suddenly realized that they can make a paycheck in animation and wanted to come into this space, which is not a bad thing. I actually think animation is a medium that anybody should play in, even if they come from live action. And that's absolutely correct. There's a lot more people that are lending their voices. I would like to lend my voice to some anime characters, to some anime and everything. I'm trying to do voiceover, do voice narration. Hasn't been very successful, but we'll leave it at that. But yeah, it's a lot of people are finding that, hey, you can get a lot of really good talent coming off in there, lending their voices, their drawing skills, and directing skills in this particular space. So it's a very insightful interview that Brandon Violet has with Marissa Balkus. Last one right here. As for why Japanese anime resonates with people and its recent boom, Balkus credited the quote degree of sincerity in the emotions and journeys expressed by the characters, contrasting this with trends in Western and particular superhero stories that become too grimdark or undercut genuine emotions with a quip, which I agree with that last part. Try watching any type of recent Marvel movie where there's a serious scene which is suddenly busted up with some stupid comedic timing. Like the recent Thunderbolts, I love the Thunderbolts. I gave it an 8 out of 10 in my review, but every now and then they would just break up very serious situations with some type of quip that is completely unnecessary. So I agree with her on that. But I also think that a problem that is going on in Western society is that and she probably would disagree with this, but I think is a huge part of it. A lot of the people that work within Hollywood and within the animation space cannot leave their politics and social agendas out of their the work that they're working with. I did a video a few weeks ago on Netflix using their translators and localizers reinterpreting certain lines within the Blue Box anime to change it from a word from feminine to feminist. And I had a commenter in that video say, well, he's trying to lambast me for making a video on basically two letter difference between those words. I said, do you honestly think that feminist and feminine mean the same thing? And obviously they don't. They those two letters do make a difference in the meaning of what was being said by the character. So I think that's another reason why a lot of people tend to stay away from Western stories, because a lot of the Western stories are injected with political agendas and, frankly, characters that no one cares about. So it's a really good interview. She also goes on to talk about AI and AI customer service chatbots for anime. If you want to, I'll give an example. If you want to watch Supercube does have AI tools that will translate the Chinese into English. Some people did use it and they found it to be wanting. So it isn't all that really good or anything like that. She says right here, at Netflix, I also felt like some people were fanatics about specific shows and they were very vocal about it. But I think at Crunchyroll, it's at even another level. Like, they are not only fanatics about a specific character or series of films that we put out there, but they dress like them. They listen to the songs like them. They follow the bands and whatnot. And one thing we keep working on and would love to get to a point is where you communicate with us through a chat bot, where when you're trying to self-serve, we'd like to create that persona on the bot so that we can also provide the same type of experience you live in your day-to-day when you're cosplaying. So yeah, she sees the value in AI. I know a lot of people in her industry don't see the value in AI or anything like that, but I think this has been a very insightful interview. Once again, I'm going to leave the interview in the description. This is Marissa Balkus right here. And you guys go over there and check it out over at Brandon Violet. Once again, like I said, give him some love. He's trying to grow his channel and everything, just like I am. And listen to this insightful interview from her. And jump down in the comments and let me know what you guys think about all of this. Do you think that there are some people that have some misconceptions in your life about you watching anime or any other type of form of entertainment that they kind of disagree with? Jump down in the comments and let me know. And remember to like, share, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. All that good stuff really helps me out. And remember, this is Chris Bolt signing off, and I will catch you in the next video. You guys take it easy.